Welcome to Your Waifu Is Trash, the anime debate podcast. I'm your host, Cody. Joining me today are my co-hosts,
Keenan,
Blake,
and Lance.
And today we're going to be discussing the biggest badass in anime, specifically male badasses. We'll have a female bracket later. Alright, so, are you guys excited?
absolutely.
yeah.
This one looked interesting.
Alright, so the first round we have Jotaro versus Guts.
Oh!
Nice. Good
Cody?
bracket.
Alright,
I want to personally thank you for this matchup.
oh, you're welcome.
Thank you.
So, I would like to start off by voting for Guts, and then we can explain.
Okay, well that was fast.
Yeah, well,
I'd like to start off by pissing your entire audience off, telling you that JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is a trash anime, and voting for Guts.
Okay, do we have any actual,
any actual, debate
topics?
Have you watched Berserk? Because if you've watched Berserk, there's my argument.
Yeah, just
That's fair.
read Berserk. You don't have to watch
Actually, read Berserk.
it. Yeah, don't watch it.
In fact, don't watch Berserk.
And
Read
they're
Berserk.
doing a Netflix adaptation, supposedly.
Hopefully he's as badass there.
Hopefully
as he's
watch
in the
that.
manga. Yeah.
But for the moment, read Berserk.
And then
Guts
wins.
is the biggest, baddest motherfucker on the planet in that anime. He's the black swordsman. He kills demons, for Christ's sake. Jotaro's cool. Jotaro's a bad motherfucker. But you know what he's not?
An interesting character.
Guts.
He is the world's biggest meme, though.
Okay,
No,
but
he's
this
not.
isn't the-
He's not even the biggest JoJo meme.
That's right.
That's
he's-
fair.
That's Dio.
Plus, memes are not what decide the winner in this bracket.
No,
That's
we might have a meme bracket later.
Lucky Star wins.
I'll
Okay,
fight that.
So,
Alright, are we all ready to
I
vote?
think
Like
we're
actually
already
vote?
ready to
Yeah.
vote.
Alright. I vote for Guts.
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 Guts sweeps the first round. Alright, moving on. Round 2. Vegeta versus Loxus.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, you bitch.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright,
Well, that's a low blow.
these characters speak for themselves. Would anyone else like to start the conversation?
I would. I
Okay.
would. So, in my opinion, love both these characters. Love both their anime. They're awesome. However, I've noticed one thing when it comes to both these characters. As the series progresses, you do not see Loxus really evolve into much of anything. However, on the other side, Vegeta. I mean, what can you say? What can't you say about Vegeta? He has literally almost the best personal character development in his anime, and if we're just talking on power level alone,
I mean, well, this
you
isn't
can't-
about power
Of
level.
course
I want to
not,
get that out of the
but
way
he's-
immediately.
He's strong as fuck. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
But
And
based
he-
off of how much he's grown and how much of a prideful badass he is, I can't vote for Loxus.
I'd like to take your argument and spin it around like a little devil on your shoulder. Vegeta gets less badass the more screen time he has, as he becomes a more rounded character, and you have to give him more facets than just being badass. Loxus is a cardboard cutout of a person, but it's a badass cardboard cutout. So I feel like if we're talking about over the course of their respective animes, Loxus maintains a static level of badass, and Vegeta goes downhill.
But Vegeta peaks way fucking higher than Loxus ever gets to.
That is fair.
Absolutely.
Loxus does not touch Majin Vegeta's final explosion.
You're right.
Never once on the goddamn face of the fucking planet does that man come close to that.
You're right, but I'm saying, are we grabbing moments in time like the most badass moment for characters, or are we averaging them?
I'm saying even if we average them, Vegeta still wins.
I don't know about that.
I totally agree with Cody on that one.
I think his devotion to his beliefs and his family doesn't take away from the fact that he's a badass.
I don't say that his devotion to his family takes away from it. I'm just saying he gets more character traits, and Dragon Ball Z does its classic, we're going to make some funny things happen. And once you laugh at a character, it becomes harder to see them as a badass.
I can see that.
Do you have anything to say?
Not really. Been 4 or 5 years since I've actually watched Fairy Tail, and I think I ended an arc after Loxus was introduced the first time, so he introduced me more as a villain. Vegeta though.
And Vegeta's kawaii as fuck. Have you seen the end of Super?
Dude.
Sparkle eyes.
Dude.
Have you seen Vegeta's bingo dance?
Okay,
Vegeta is
I'm just
the
saying,
best.
I'm just going to throw it out there. The phrases sparkle eyes and bingo dance don't evoke a badass image.
But it's
He is-
Vegeta. He literally exudes the badassery while he does it.
he is the best magical girl Super Saiyan god.
Okay.
Look,
okay.
if Samuel L. Jackson was in a movie in a maid costume, he'd still be fucking Samuel L. Jackson. He'd still be a badass.
Okay.
He'd still be like, fuck you, motherfucker, and that'd be the end of it. And that'd be the whole movie. And he'd still rock that shit. That is Vegeta. That's what Vegeta does.
Personality.
He may have the low points, but he's still a badass in those low points.
A note also with Vegeta. How badass do you have to be to fucking come out of nowhere and start beating up a fucking god of destruction because he hit your wife?
That's true. That is true. He was sucking up to Beerus, and then Beerus bitch slapped Bulma, and he's like, oh, hell no. Hold my beer. Gonna go kick the shit out of God real quick.
I'm not saying Vegeta didn't do badass things. I'm saying that at a constant level, he's lower than Loxus.
Okay, we're going in circles here.
Let's go to
we
the
need to
votes.
vote.
Yeah. I'm gonna vote Loxus.
I vote Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Well, there you go.
Alright, Vegeta moves on to the next round. Next we have Kenpachi from Bleach
Okay.
versus Roy Mustang.
Easy sweep for Roy Mustang. I'll start.
Okay.
Kenpachi is a badass character with one character icon. Like he's
another cardboard cutout, yeah.
Right. Except this time it's in the inverse. Roy Mustang is constantly badass and constantly higher than Kenpachi, because Kenpachi's only character arc is I'm kind of angry, I'm a little mysterious, and I like to beat stuff up. Whereas Roy Mustang has, I'm a government official, I'm awesome at my job, I murder demons on the regular, and also I'm weird sexual tension with my secretary, but badass sexual tension.
Badass sexual tension.
Plus, best character death, no matter which version of Full Metal Alchemist you're talking about, both character deaths are awesome.
That's fair. That's really fair. Kenpachi's a badass.
But Roy Mustang, easily more badass.
That's fair. I haven't watched much of Bleach, but what I have watched...
That's okay.
Yeah, watch the first 2 seasons and you're good.
Yeah.
Shame
Shame they never finished it.
Yeah.
It's a shame nothing happened after Aizen.
Yep. Shame.
But overall, yeah. Roy is just the antithesis of awesome.
Okay.
Alright, I think we're ready to go to votes then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna vote for Roy Mustang.
I'm going to be an asshole and say Kenpachi, because I know I'm going to lose.
Well, I'm gonna vote for Roy Mustang.
I'm gonna vote for Roy Mustang.
Alright, Roy moves on to the next round.
You're a bitch. I was gonna. do
Alright. Next we have Levi Ackerman from Attack on Titan
Okay.
versus Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star.
Gotta do this to me, really?
Fist of the North Star is one of those classic animes.
And you know who's like the classic anime badass motherfucker?
It's
Kenshiro.
Yeah, it's Kenshiro.
Yeah, but it...
This motherfucker died and said, no, fuck you. I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna take my bitch back.
That happened.
It happened.
To be fair, he is the classic anime badass. But Levi is more badass.
I disagree. I disagree wholeheartedly.
I'm gonna have to listen to you guys debate before I say anything, because this is a
Look,
tough one.
Levi has some amazing moments, but nothing compares to, like, the levels of badassery that Kenshiro aspires to. Like, there's a scene later on after you stopped watching where, like, just an entire fucking skyscraper, he just knocks it over, fucking falls on him. He just walks through it. He doesn't stop. The whole fucking skyscraper drops on this motherfucker. He's just walking. Just walking forward. You see the building clip into his head and just fall. He just walks out the other side. Man-shaped hole. Doesn't matter.
To be fair, Kenshiro is not a real human. Levi Ackerman, you could believe existed. He has flaws.
Yes,
and
you're right.
weaknesses.
That makes perfect sense. The people who fly around with jetpacks fighting titans. Yes, that's very more realistic.
Than a man walking through.
Then a kung fu master? No, it's not. Omae wa mo shinderu. I vote for Kenshiro.
Punching a hole through a falling skyscraper.
He didn't punch it!
By walking through it!
The atoms of the skyscraper didn't want to fucking touch him. They knew better.
Yes, that's badass, but it's also the funniest thing you will ever watch because of how absurd it is.
No, it is not. It is played off completely straight. and it works.
It is played off as straight in the moment.
Yes,
When you
but
subtract
it
the
is-
moment from it, it seems kind of ridiculous. It
But that's
is.
true for a lot of scenes.
But that's true for most of anime. So
Yeah.
like, you've got
I
to
don't
weigh
know.
that out.
To me, Levi is just more badass because he's believable and has weaknesses. It just
No, the problem with Levi, I think, is his weakness is everybody's weakness in Attack on Titan, which is getting fucked up by a Titan.
being made of squishy man
Being
bits.
squishy man bits and being swallowed.
I think this bracket suffers from a clash of genre really bad, where it's two different types of badass in two different genres.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, if we're wanting to go for like that classic anime badass, I don't think Levi cuts it.
I have to agree with that. When it comes to classic, as much as I love Levi and I will debate for Attack on Titan every day of my life, I have to agree with
I'm
that.
going to hold you up to that. We're going to go to votes. I'm going to vote for Kenshiro.
I'm gonna have to vote for Levi.
I gotta go for Kenshiro, I'm sorry.
I gotta go for Kenshiro.
All right, Kenshiro makes it.
I'm so mad because
To
I
the
wanted Levi.
quarterfinals.
I figured Levi would
If it was
show
a
up in,
different
like, the
matchup, like if it was
semifinals.
Levi and Loxus, Levi would win, but it's not.
Yeah.
Next round, we have Zoro from One Piece versus Alucard
Oh, you did
from Hellsing.
Okay,
Oh,
well,
no.
this one's kind of easy for me.
Motherfucker, no it's not.
This one is way too easy for
It
me.
is for me.
I agree.
Yeah.
I know, Cody. I know you think Zoro is badass,
Yep,
Like, is this
I know it is.
but he's not
No,
Alucard.
but he's more badass than Alucard
No, he isn't.
because nothing happened.
What do you mean? Back up, back up, back up, back up, back
What
up.
do you mean by nothing happened?
Zoro is one of the most badass characters in all of history because nothing fucking happened. And the fact that you don't get that reference infuriates me to all hell because you motherfuckers won't read One Piece,
You know I am not going to read
the
hundreds
the
of
greatest
thousands-
adventure anime of all time.
hundreds of thousands of pages to catch up to One
I
Piece.
can't catch up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that.
If I
keeps me
started
from it.
today, I would die before finishing One Piece.
Joke's on you, we're all going to die before finishing One Piece. That
Yeah.
shit's not ending.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Look,
Well, that's
it's
the
a great
problem with
adventure
it.
anime. Zoro is a good archetype, but Alucard is a badass character from the ground up, from beginning to end, in a constant increasing motion.
Bitch, he
So
eats
is Zoro.
people.
Zoro starts off as a badass. He has been starved for 3 months when they fucking find him. Tied to a fucking stick.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
want to start from the beginning. And he just cuts his way through fucking everybody. He gets attacked by Mihawk. He fights him with the fucking face. He says, fine, cut me down. I'm not going to turn away because the scars on the back are a swordsman's shame. That's just the
cute.
first arc of fucking One Piece.
I know, that's cute. It's great. It's a great badass archetype in an okay anime. But,
Woo! We are killing the fans with this one.
but, it's not Alucard. The millennia-old vampire, classic horror, classic badass, never phased, always amazing, with the most badass scene in all of anime to boot.
The problem with the characters in this one, for me at least, is that they both start out as badasses, but then they actually increase in badass the more and more they go.
As it should be.
Yes.
But I can't decide which one goes to a higher level of badassery.
Release Restraint Level 0
Exactly, that's
is
why,
the most badass
'cause
scene in anime.
That's exactly what I'm
It's
thinking.
dark, it's amazing, it's metal, it's beautifully animated, it's crazy, it's extremely powerful, it's dangerous. It is the most badass scene ever animated. It's beautiful.
I don't know if Zoro can live up to
Zoro doesn't have a single scene in his repertoire that beats Release Restraint Level 0.
I don't know.
You could combine a bunch of things he's done together to try to like match it, but if you give me seconds to seconds, you cannot find me a scene from One Piece that is as badass as Release Restraint Level 0.
I will do that.
His Azura form.
The Ashura form is not the most badass scene Zoro has. It's not even fucking close. It's not even top 10.
See, I don't
When you
even know
find that scene, I will change my vote. Until then, Alucard's my vote.
Okay.
I'm not gonna change from there.
Well, it sounds like I'm fighting an uphill battle here.
Let's go to the votes.
Let's go to the votes.
I'll just start out with Alucard.
Alucard.
Zoro.
Oh boy.
Yeah, tables have turned now. Now you're the tiebreaker.
Boy. I'm gonna have to go Zoro.
All right,
Okay.
so we now have a hung jury, and so we have to. Someone has to switch sides, because otherwise there is no way to continue this debate.
I'm just saying, if there was a hung jury, Alucard would eat them, turn their souls into demons, and then release the demons upon the world in the most badass way possible.
And Zoro would fight to his death in front of Alucard, stopping him every single way around the way as much as he could.
Which is cute, but Alucard has already done that multiple times. The fighting to your death thing is not only something Alucard would do, but does.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so does fucking Zoro!
Yeah, the difference is that Zoro never loses. Alucard loses.
Yes, he does.
And even when he is, he's badass.
Zoro loses.
See, that's the thing. I think that Zoro... What kind of lowers it for me is that Zoro does lose, but then at the same time he
So
still
does
comes
Alucard.
back. Yeah.
Alucard loses.
Zoro loses a lot more.
I don't know about that.
Zoro loses like
Alucard
every
is
other-
millennia old. I'm sure he's lost more.
Zoro is like a constant state of losing every other fight he's in and then getting strong enough to beat said adversary, but that's kind of One Piece in general.
You also
I don't
have
know.
to
Zoro
look at
does
it-
not lose that often after the time skip.
I haven't seen much after a time skip.
He has yet to go all out after the time skip.
I'm kind of basing it
I'm-
off of what I've seen most of.
I am super excited. Like, the first scene after the time skip, they go and they fight Monet,
Oh yes,
who
I
is
know
a
that.
snow devil fruit user, and she can't be harmed by normal means because she has a Logia fruit. And Zoro has Haki, so he could just Haki up a sword, cut her down, no problem. He doesn't. He just uses his normal fucking sword, and he cuts her. He cuts the uncuttable thing because she's so fucking scared of Zoro that she just passes the fuck out.
Okay.
The first scene back, that he gets back, he's just like, fuck you, slice, done, gone.
And is that as badass as Release Restraint Level 0?
No, but I can't explain.
Wait, stop. You just said no, it's not as badass. When Zoro gets a scene where he is as badass, I will change my vote. I'm not saying
Nothing
he's not a
happened.
badass character. He's just, right now, Alucard is better. And that series is finished, so he can stay up there until Zoro surpasses him.
As far as I know, like, the problem is I think Zoro still has potential.
He
I
does.
think he has a lot of potential, and I think eventually
He will become the world's greatest swordsman.
Yeah.
That's his dream.
I
He
mean,
will
if
accomplish his
it
dream,
ever
it's One
gets
Piece, it's what it's
created
about.
before the creator dies, but that's not going to happen, and we all know that. I'm just going to end this debate right now. I'm going to change my vote. Zoro. I'm sorry, but I don't think there's
You are-
going to be a way to win these guys over, especially Cody, because he's a bitch.
You're a coward and a traitor.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take my wins where I can get them. Zoro
I mean,
advances to the
I
next
was
round.
kind of on the fence to start with that part of the bracket, so I'm the easiest vote change right here.
All right, next round we have Spike versus Escanor.
Oh, motherfucker.
We can't do this again.
I feel like this is classic versus like this is more the debate of
What's more badass, the smooth badass space cowboy or
Okay, hear me out.
the biggest baddest motherfucker on the planet?
Hear me out. He's only a badass at noon.
That's fair.
He's only
That's fair.
at
He's
his
only a
most
badass
powerful.
during the day.
And also hear me out. Winter is longer. Winter has longer nights than days. So he's only his most powerful a longer amount of time, about half the year.
Yeah, that's how.
Congratulations, you just figured out how time works.
well,
You did it.
he's got a good point there. Like Escanor is only like a badass. 'Cause
Except
he
has his royal treasure.
he has his royal treasure, but he,
He has
also
his
turns
sacred
into a
treasure.
bit of a like his
He
personality
also
turns
can't
into a little bit of a
wield it at
bitch.
He can transfer his heat into his sacred treasure to transform into his muscular form at night.
Oh.
Yeah.
And if you had watched season 2, you would know that.
I
But
don't have Netflix.
heathens, so
Well,
I can get a break on that one. I don't have Netflix.
Well, I would have to say Spike because Spike is badass all around. Meanwhile, Escanor turns into a little bit of a bitch when it's nighttime.
To be fair, Spike becomes more badass at night.
Spike does become more badass at night.
You're fair.
Alright, Lance has said nothing.
That's because I don't have much to contribute here.
You don't?
No.
Have you not watched either?
No, I've watched them both. This is a fight I don't want to get into.
Okay, let's just go to votes then.
I personally don't hate any of you. I merely pity you.
Oh,
Let's go to
really?
votes.
Are you Escanor?
I vote for Escanor.
I'm actually really surprised at that. I thought that you were Spike all the way.
Have you met
Me? Have you?
Yes, I've met you. That's why I thought that's what it was.
No, ever since Escanor debuted,
I mean,
he's
I
been an
get it.
he has been sucking that pride dick.
I mean, I understand you. I
That-
just don't
That's
understand.
the innuendo for this month.
I mean, who decided that?
You did.
Anyway, I voted.
Spike.
It's like,
Escanor.
Motherfucker.
son of a bitch. Here we go again.
Spike is suave. Spike is cool. Spike is an Escanor. Escanor is badass. When
He
he's-
is the badass.
When he's not badass, he is at least, like, conserved. He is at least as suave. You know, he's at least as presented as Spike. And when he is badass, he's more badass than Spike. Spike is a calm, collected gambler, suave. You know, the classic smuggler type, which
Yeah,
is cool.
He's a Han Solo.
He's a Han Solo, but I don't think he's badass.
But better.
That's
We
fine.
can
Yeah.
Better
that's a
Han
different
Solo,
argument.
still not fucking Escanor.
Different argument.
I mean, I do see where you guys' points are.
Spike is cool.
Let's. How about the Gallant fight?
You could do the glamp fight.
How
Yes.
about I'll give you a hint. You can hit me, and then I'll hit you, and then whoever kills the other one first wins.
Not only does he let the other guy hit him first, then he wins in one hit. It's beautiful. It's great. It's fabulous.
Well, no. There's 2 rounds of this
Right.
because he waits, and then he accepts it after dawn. You know, when he's fucking Escanor.
Yeah.
Because he gets them drunk and keeps them talking until then, because he's smart. He's not a fucking idiot.
He is almost as clever as Spike. He's almost as smooth as Spike, and at all other times he's more badass.
He tricks 2 of the 10 commandments into just chilling and waiting.
Hey, why not?
Why not? Just wait. Here, I'll get you drunk for free. It's fine. No big deal.
Give me 3.5 hours.
Give me 3.5 hours till dawn. Then I'll kill you.
Okay.
Come on.
And then just transforms into the epitome of everything badass in the entire goddamn world.
It's good.
In
He's
Lord Escanor,
really good.
the lion sin of pride. Gallant swings at him and barely nicks his fucking arm. Escanor swings at him and chops him in fucking half. Granted, Gallant's a demon. Regenerates real quick, no big deal. So
Still.
Gallant goes full out. He goes as hard as he possibly can. It doesn't even scratch him. And then Escanor powers up. And Gallant, the sin of truth, not the sin of truth, the commandment of truth, who cannot break a promise or else the person who breaks a promise in front of him will turn to stone, breaks his own promise, runs away, and turns to stone out of fear.
It's true.
That is actually really badass.
And I mean, the Spike Vicious fight scene is a completely different story. It's a great fight scene. Spike is really great in that fight
Yeah.
scene. Spike isn't as badass as Escanor.
It can't live up to the badassery.
Right.
I can.
Spike-
That's fair.
I
Spike
can
is
concede
cool.
that.
Spike
Alright,
is
yeah.
cool.
Should
and
we vote
small and
again?
everything.
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
Escanor.
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 Alright,
Yeah.
that's what I fucking thought. Alright, next round, we have Yami from Black Clover
We can go on to the next one.
versus Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Ooh.
No, we can't.
That's a pretty
Lance?
tough one.
Lance, you have not seen. And I can't spoil it because Cody said I can't. And also I'd feel real
Unless they're
bad.
okay
man.
with it.
I'd feel
look,
real
look,
bad.
look,
man.
Stop. I've done my research. I know what Yami is capable of. I know he's cool. I know he splits a guy directly vertically in half. It's great. But Yu Yu Hakusho is a more badass anime than Black Clover to start. All of the characters are more interesting. And the specific main character of one of the most badass animes of all time is more badass than your sleep-in, chain-smoking, magic gang leader. He's not a badass. He's kind of just an asshole, actually.
Yami is definitely a badass.
I think he rides the line between badass and asshole.
There's that scene where everybody shows up and you're just like, you guys should have given me like 5 seconds. I totally would have surpassed my limits. It'd have been fine. And he's not even wrong, because he's done it every other time. Like, you get flashbacks, and it's just him just fucking wrecking everybody.
It's true.
And every time he fights somebody, he just wrecks everybody. Like, the Wizard King has to get involved to stop him from killing another commander.
The other thing is...
Yeah, but does it make him badass, or does it make him an asshole?
It makes him a badass. You can be both of those things.
That is true, you can. We've seen Vegeta.
Did you just ask me
Never
if
watched.
Yusuke was the main character from Yu Yu Hakusho?
Really?
I've never
Yes.
watched... Okay.
Yes, Yusuke Urameshi.
Okay.
Wait,
Then here-
stop. You're about to say the phrase, I've never watched a Yu Hakusho.
Yes.
You have no horse in this race.
I researched it, though.
I love both of these shows and have watched them to the point where they are currently airing and to completion.
All right.
I will voice my opinion. Yusuke wins.
Yusuke wins.
I have to knock him down a peg because I have researched the shows I haven't watched.
Okay. What are you going to
He's
say
the
about
ma-
Yusuke?
He's the main character. Of course he's going to be more badass than anyone in the show. Yami's not even the main fucking character.
I don't
did-
know.
Okay, but
He is pretty
wait.
badass, too.
They are two different animes from two different times.
Yes.
Main characters in modern anime aren't badass off the gate. That's why Black Clover's main character, whose name I can't even remember, he's an
Asta.
annoying, yelling, crazy person, isn't badass. Asta is only badass when the plot needs him to be, and useless at all other times. That's how anime does things now. Yu Yu Hakusho
Asta's
was from
pretty
a
fucking
different
badass.
time. Back then, main characters were the big badasses.
That is true.
Goku, Yusuke,
Inuyasha.
Kenshiro.
The badass role has moved to the side character. Back then, it was the main character. Now, the main character is usually a whiny bastard that yells too much.
Because it's more relatable for weeaboos
Yeah,
to relate to.
I'm looking at you, Naruto, Asta.
I don't know. Asta's gotten really fucking badass after the whole
Asta-
Water Temple arc.
Yeah, Asta does turn into quite
I
the
haven't
badass.
passed that yet. So
I mean,
There's
Yeah.
also...
The yelling decreases minutely.
Not the argument.
it's not the argument. That's fair.
That's right.
We can
I-
discuss
but-
protagonists in a different...
It's
We-
true.
we've
Different
Right now,
discussed
Urameshi is super badass and I love him.
hmm
That's true.
That's not even taken into the fact that he turns into a fucking demon.
Into a demon lord.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Not
Can we talk about that fight scene where he just knees this motherfucker through the air?
Yeah. Just
He
repeatedly.
grabs his head, just boom, 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 boom.
It's-
Fucking, you'll never learn. Spirit gun. Get the fuck out of here.
At that point, it's more like Spirit 44 caliber, though. It's fucking just Doom. It's a Doom
Spirit
laser.
anti-tank rifle.
It really is. It's so cool.
Yeah.
All right. I think we need to go to votes.
My vote is kind of already set, so yeah.
I vote for Yusuke.
Yusuke.
Gotta go Yusuke.
Yami.
That's okay. Yami got a vote.
You only got a vote.
Final round of the first bracket of the opening round. We have
We're still
Ken
in the opening
Kaneki
round.
Yep.
versus Itachi Uchiha.
Okay, this is easy. Go. Just vote.
Let's have a quick conversation.
Okay, votes.
So my boy Ken isn't Itachi. I vote Itachi.
Ken's a bitch.
You vote
Itachi!
Itachi easily.
Ken's not Itachi. Itachi.
Yeah, it's a good debate, Lance. I agree.
Okay, I will give him some props though. For Tokyo Ghoul, he is a badass. He is a badass.
On to the next round.
However, fucking.
First round of the quarterfinals, we have Guts versus Vegeta.
Oh.
Well,
Oh,
Cody,
he
I'd
did
like
it
to see
to
how
me
you-
again!
Cody, let's see how you scrimmed your way out of this one.
You'd like to see how I choose between my two children?
Yes.
Can someone else start this conversation, please?
I've already.
So
said
I
all
have
my
spent
things.
I have spent a nice long while shitting on Vegeta's character development
Mhm.
in this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Vegeta's more badass than Guts.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. We're sorry for your loss,
Have you
Cody.
read Berserk?
Have
you
I've
read all
seen
of Berserk?
I haven't read Berserk.
God damn.
I know,
Fucking
Cody.
heathens. Read Berserk. It is the greatest manga.
I did my research.
It's pretty good.
It's top 3
We need to
manga of
have
all
you on
time,
every
hands down.
episode. I
That's
did
not the
my
argument we're
research.
having right now. Right now, we're arguing why Vegeta's more badass than Guts.
That's why I changed my name to New
Really? Because
Yellow.
I'm gonna argue the opposite.
That's nice, but I'd like to call votes right now because I know what the outcome is. So I vote Vegeta.
Vegeta?
Guts.
Ding.
I'm sorry for your loss, Cody.
It's
Can't-
okay.
I mean,
I just shot one of my children. The other one's still in here.
the big thing about this is it's like they got to the semifinals. I feel like that's a good
Quarterfinals.
place. Quarterfinals, whatever.
Semis
They,
next.
they've gotten
Yeah,
to
there
a
are
good
no
place.
losers at this point,
Yeah.
except everyone who doesn't win. Roy Mustang versus Kenshiro.
Oh, he did it to me again.
Yep.
No, he didn't.
You
Yeah, I
didn't do
did.
it to me.
I did it to him, apparently. Didn't do it to me.
Kenshiro's neat.
Kenshiro's sure neat.
Classic.
He's a
really
fucking bad
cool.
motherfucker.
He's a badass. He's not
Mhm.
Roy Mustang.
I'm
Nope.
sorry, Roy Mustang,
Roy Mustang.
versus Lust?
Roy Mustang versus Lust is one of the most badass scenes in anime. I know I've filleted on Release Restraint Level 0 a lot this anime, but also Roy Mustang versus pretty much anyone is really badass.
It is. It
It
really
is.
is. And Kenshiro, while badass, is a relic at this point.
Yeah.
And honestly, if the anime came out today, he might have a shot. Maybe.
No.
If they remade it.
If they remade it,
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe. But that's only a maybe.
But
Because he's not Roy Mustang.
Because he's not Roy Mustang.
And
Yeah.
I think we can go to votes on that one.
Yep.
Yeah. Roy Mustang.
Roy.
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 All
right.
Can I be a bit transparent? Isn't it funny how the one character that we didn't add until right before we were about to start the episode has like swept through
Has
this
swept
entire
around?
thing?
I don't know where my brain was.
How did you forget Roy Mustang?
I had an aneurysm.
I'm still
I-
mad.
I played the 4+1.
I'm still mad Eraserhead didn't get in here. Oh, Eraserhead.
He'd have lost in the first round.
How dare you? How dare you bring
Next
Edgar
round.
into this?
Zoro versus Escanor.
Well,
Oh.
now it's time to give Cody the best toast you can shoot one of his other 4 children.
I know.
Fetish you have?
I jerked off Zoro a lot in that last round.
This is killing
Listen.
his children is a fetish Cody has.
Listen. Zoro is a huge badass.
Agreed.
He has one of the greatest moments in One Piece because nothing happened.
So it's a good B tier scene.
It's fucking S tier. Fucking S tier scene. You fucking haters. I don't hate your argument.
Oh.
I agree with it. Because Zoro does not get. He's not Escanor. I love Zoro. I love Zoro with all my heart. He's not Escanor.
I hate that you can let Zoro beat Escanor. You can let Zoro lose to Escanor, but you can't let it lose to fucking Alucard, you bitch.
I would have let Alucard lose to Escanor too.
I would have let Alucard lose to Escanor too. That's not the point right now.
I don't know though.
Actually, I might not have. I really like Alucard.
To votes?
Too bad he's dead.
To votes?
To votes?
There's not much we
To
can
votes.
really say on this one.
Zoro.
Escanor.
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 God damn it.
Lord fucking Escanor.
Oh.
Last round of the quarterfinals, we have Yusuke Urameshi versus Itachi Uchiha.
Ooh, this one's kind of tight.
Yeah.
I'm
is a
only
good
gonna
one.
say one thing about this. I love that Yusuke can turn into a demon, but there's one thing that still remains, and that's the fact that he is not Itachi fucking Uchiha.
I don't think we can use that argument 2 rounds in a row.
I
You
can.
know? Look, Itachi. Look,
I can.
Yusuke has this entire build-up in his anime, becoming increasingly more badass until he fights a demon god and becomes a demon god. It's really cool.
At the same
Itachi has this really cool character development where he starts with this mysterious asshole, and as you learn more about him, you learn that he's increasingly more badass, and also not a bad guy, which came out of left field for me.
Mm-hmm.
Itachi has this thing in his anime, where he goes from being a dark, mysterious, like, villain character, and kind of an asshole, because you don't understand why he's doing the things he's doing, into being, like, this more badass hero. Every time you learn something new about him, you realize that he's had to be this, like, stoic, do the right thing even though it sucks kind of badass. So, this fight is really hard, because it's 2 diametrically good characters in different roles.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
I mean, I wholeheartedly agree with Lance here. I also haven't watched Yu Yu Hakusho. I've only done my research on it.
That's your flaw.
You haven't finished Black Clover, but
I will say one
Oh,
thing.
well, that is not the same thing. Excuse me. Any anime by Tagashi deserves what it gets, okay? Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho. The man is a goddamn genius.
I only have so much time.
That is the truth.
You wasted. You heathen.
In
Your opinions are trash.
I know this isn't about power levels or anything but abilities, but I have to think about which.
Damn, that'd be a good ass fight, though.
One scene that I would like, I'd like to put against each other for badass moments.
Mm-hmm.
Yusuke transforming into a demon versus the fight with Sage Kabuto with Sasuke and Itachi and the Izanagi. That just puts Itachi over the top for me. To get that sort of badass fucking strength after you're dead.
Itachi is the best guy. He is best guy and also badassest guy.
He's at least best guy from Boruto's dad.
He is the best guy from Boruto's dad.
I don't know,
For
though.
sure. He is best boy.
The ramen shop owner, though.
I'm gonna
Ramen
end
Shop
you.
OP.
I'm calling votes, and then for Keenan's execution.
What
Second,
are we voting
second.
on? Are we voting for Keenan's execution or the bracket?
I vote
Well,
that
First
one
then
first.
the other.
All right.
Yep.
So bracket voting.
Yeah.
Itachi.
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 Yusuke.
That's nice, Cody. You're cute.
Okay, so now for the execution.
Later. He ordered pizza.
Yeah.
Damn.
All right.
You gotta buy.
The semifinals have begun. Dun dun dun. Round 1. Vegeta versus Roy Mustang.
Oh.
Oh shit. Oh, I hate this.
Ooh.
This is actually the hardest choice that has been in this bracket yet. Absolutely.
They're both that kind of stoic family man style person.
Mm-hmm.
So
But Vegeta had so much growth. Because he didn't start off like that.
no, and the growth is it's a different standard because Roy only has a limited number of scenes,
Mm-hmm.
and Vegeta has so many of them that if you could pluck out like the most badass moments for him,
Yeah.
but then you also have to include all the not badass moments for him. So I think this goes back to the first Vegeta argument where I think Roy is more consistently badass over his short time frame than Vegeta is over his up and downs.
I still think Vegeta peaks higher than Roy.
I don't know.
In universe with in-universe connotations, because there's staring down a homunculus and repeatedly burning her until her faux philosopher's stone breaks.
And then there's...
Which is just terrifying and a horrible thing to have to do.
turning on all your friends to get enough power to take down the evil guy by yourself.
I don't know if that's a good thing, though.
He gave up everything so that he could rid the world of Majin Buu.
And yet he still didn't.
It didn't work.
At
But
least
that doesn't take away from how badass that
That
was.
is true. That is very true.
You had the scene with him just sitting there, the tears forming in his eyes as he said goodbye to his son.
That's
And he
badass.
literally exploded his body. He's dead. He has no body in the afterlife at that point.
Yeah.
He's dead. He's gone.
Except he's not.
It's Dragon Ball. No one's ever gone.
I think that kind of lowers the stakes of Dragon Ball a bit, but of
Vegeta-
course, that's a debate for another time.
But that's part of the problem is that Vegeta can be badass, but the anime he's in makes his badassness less worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter what he does, he's never better than Goku, or Gohan, or relationships to Goku. They have to come in and fix the problem no matter what Vegeta tries to do. Whereas Roy does things in his anime.
He gets
Things
shit
that-
done.
He gets shit done. And even when he's dying, he gets shit done.
The only time he didn't get shit done was when it was raining.
He still got shit done.
he still
listen,
got shit done. He
Everyone
fucking-
gets one comedy moment. Come on.
But that's the thing. He got shit done when it's raining. You know how he carved an alchemy circle into the back of his hand.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I could say so much for Vegeta, but there's also the fact that, and this isn't against Vegeta, this is against the creators of doing this, it's always the Goku moment. It is always the Goku moment.
Yeah,
Vegeta
Dragon
cannot
Ball-
get a fucking moment.
Dragon Ball turned into the Goku show.
Yeah, he has to play second fiddle to Goku,
Mhm.
and that kills his character. Whereas Roy is a background character in his anime and still manages to stand out.
The thing is, I would vote for Vegeta if it was just Dragon Ball Z.
Right.
Yeah.
But because
Yeah.
Super happened, they took all the weight of that decision
Yeah.
and that character growth, and it felt like they spit in my face when they did that in the Tournament of Power.
That's because they did.
They're just pulling on heartstrings to try to get you to care again.
Yep.
And if they had done that any other way, my vote might have been different. But at the moment,
But it's not.
I think we need to go to votes. Because I
Agreed.
vote for Roy.
I vote
Roy.
for Roy.
Roy.
The next round of the semifinals is Escanor versus Itachi.
These motherfuckers just told me about Escanor.
I'm
I'm not salty.
I'm
I'm
on
not
Itachi's
salty.
side for this. I'm sorry.
Alright,
It comes back from the dead.
Escanor versus Itachi. This is very difficult for me personally.
Two more children.
Yeah. I don't really know what to say at this point. I think everything's been said
Lots of things have been said.
about these characters.
Many things. Too many things.
You gotta say Itachi just because of the things that he had to go through.
No, I don't.
I feel like you do. Because literally, up until the final battle,
Don't hurl
with
facts at me as though
Sasuke,
they were insults.
He had to play the villain. Even during that last fight, he was like, he had like no motivation to fight Sasuke. He could have just died. But then suddenly, give me your fucking eyes. Like, those are mine now. I'm fighting you for your eyes. But it's not even that. It's just like he's trying to make Sasuke stronger. Like,
Which is a bad way of doing it.
it's a
Yeah.
horrible way of doing it, but it's the thing that
Not
he
the
was forced
greatest
to
Big
do.
Brother in anime.
No.
But he was forced
One of
into
the worst,
it.
probably.
Definitely one of the worst.
But he was forced into it. He did that for
You know who would make a
his
great Big Brother?
No, that's
Vegeta.
Okay. Sure.
No, he wasn't. He
Roy.
No,
forgot.
he would not.
He forgot about his little brother. What the
If,
fuck?
if you were,
That's
you
fair,
were
he
not
did
as
forget about
strong as
Turbo.
Vegeta, he would throw you into the air and
Who?
explode your eyes.
Exactly. All right. We got off topic again.
Oh boy.
I mean, I could bring up the Esterosa fight,
You could.
but would it matter? Let's go to votes. I vote Escanor.
Itachi.
Itachi?
Itachi.
All right.
I like Escanor, but...
Yeah.
Oh,
It says the
shit.
I like Escanor butt stamp.
I just realized what this means.
Final
Itachi.
round.
Oh.
Roy Mustang versus Itachi Uchiha. Who is the most badass anime character?
Just as a bit of meta, is this where you saw this bracket ending?
Absolutely.
I don't believe it.
Well, no.
Roy wasn't here.
he did not,
After I
because Roy
remembered
wasn't
Roy,
there.
I thought I picked up those three, these two being in the semifinals.
I picked this up as a final.
Don't you see? This is all part of my intricate plan. It was me, Dio. It was me, Dio, the whole time.
Alright.
I mean, again, I feel like Itachi's and Roy's cases have been made.
They have.
Yeah.
I think we should just go to votes. We
Okay.
should make this short and sweet.
Short and sweet to the point.
All right.
I don't know.
I
That's
think-
the problem. Is I don't know.
That's a shame, Keenan.
Well, that's
it's
the thing.
actually
I feel like it's just going to be an impulse. Like, they're both so good, but we
They're
can't...
both so good,
You have
but
to vote. There can't be a
my
tie.
gut says Itachi.
My gut says Itachi as well.
As much as Itachi is the most badass character in Boruto's dad, he's still in Boruto's dad.
That's true. However, why don't you just wait for Keenan to vote and then vote against it because he's being an idiot?
You know, you're not wrong.
Because then either way, Itachi wins.
That's the truth.
Look, I like Itachi. He's a really good character.
Honestly, this could go either way.
But I feel like
My gut says Itachi.
I feel like Itachi is a badass character, but he's in a worse anime that doesn't give him as much of a chance to be a badass character as Roy gets in FMA.
All right, Keenan, gotta say words now. Say words with your face.
With your face hold, it's the entire point of a podcast. It's almost like this is why we're here.
I know this. I'm just
My
not
dog is more interested in this conversation than you right now.
I'm thinking, Lance. This
must
requires a lot of thoughts.
This must be challenging for you.
Who's Brain Jabaro?
my own. This is just my childhood. It's Roy or Itachi. I'm gonna have to give it to Itachi. I love Roy. He is god tier character, but Itachi is just better.
I'm gonna have to go down on my ship and
That's
say
fine.
that Roy is a more badass character in a more badass anime.
Just to be concise, let's do
Let's do one more vote.
All right,
All right. If you're gonna change your minds, do it
now
now.
would be the time.
Itachi.
Itachi.
Roy Mustang.
Roy Mustang.
Motherfucker!
Roy.
Are you serious?
Lance changed my mind.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. Lance
Oh
changed
my
my
god, I
mind.
hate you. I shouldn't have said it. I shouldn't have said it.
Itachi is a great character for the anime he's in.
Yeah, no,
But-
it just doesn't compare.
It doesn't get
Like Itachi
Now-
had more moments, but
Naruto
Roy had
doesn't give him the stage he needs.
better
to be
moments.
Yes, exactly. Naruto, the anime, doesn't
and
give Itachi.
I'm taking this quality over quantity at this point.
Yes.
I honestly
Because
think that
you also had that moment where it's like they found Jiraiya and Kisame was like, "Oh no, it's Jiraiya. We have to run away." And Itachi was like, "Yeah, we totally can't take him." And then we had.
And they could have murdered him. They could have turned him into a splatter on the floor.
I mean, you do have a point there because they could have totally took Naruto with them if they really wanted to.
That's fair, but Itachi really didn't want to. So I guess there's that point
Exactly.
think-
That's the thing. Itachi was always
too. Itachi's
playing
such a good character.
the double agent.
But he's a good character. He's a good character. But is he the best badass?
That's the real question because you have to consider.
We're not considering
is it
who's a
badass?
better character. We're considering who
who's a
is
better
more
badass.
badass.
Okay, Cody. What's more badass than murdering your entire clan?
Burning a homunculi until its philosopher's stone explodes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wait, because we have to back up.
Uh-huh.
Murdering your treacherous clan.
Mhm.
It's not
On order from your leader,
Right,
who
it's
you
not
have
that-
sworn loyalty
It's not
to.
that he was just like, well, I guess I'm gonna kill everyone. It's
Well, that's
the people in my family are evil people, so
and
I'm
staging
going
a
to kill
coup.
them.
And so I have to kill them for the sake of the village.
And then there's
which makes him badass.
holy shit, this woman is a demon from hell. I am going to continuously coat her in flames as she regenerates in front of me until she can no longer do that. Not only is he
Because
staring,
fuck you.
not only is he staring into the face of a being that is on fire and regenerating at the same time, which is more horrifying than any imagery in Naruto, but he's doing it with a purpose and with pride and standing there looking super badass.
And in the end, how badass was Itachi? He could even make meteors fall from the sky. And he can get his ass beat by his little brother, who only has one arm now.
He got his ass beat by a cripple.
His ass beat by a cripple.
To be fair, when he got his ass beat, he wasn't a cripple.
I don't think that matters. I think the cripple property is transitive.
Not
You know
backwards!
who never got their ass beat by a cripple?
Roy Mustang.
You're damn right.
I don't know. We never got to see his childhood. Maybe he got beat up by little Timmy with a fucking cane.
Anyone who gets beat up by Timmy with a cane doesn't turn into Roy Mustang.
This
All
is
right.
Nazi Germany we are talking about
Has anything changed? Let's check it in. Let's go to the votes.
Rewind.
Roy Mustang.
Roy Mustang.
Roy Mustang.
here. Roy.
We have a winner.
You reminded me of something.
Yes.
You reminded me that even though Itachi was insanely badass, Madara Uchiha existed and he could just do things that Itachi could not.
Yeah, but Madara's still not a badass because
No.
he's one-dimensional.
Because he's
Yeah.
a MacGuffin.
But Itachi's a badass, but he's not even in the top tier of his anime.
Exactly.
Right.
Roy Mustang is just...
He loses to all the top
Insane.
tiers. He loses to Hashirama, he loses to Minato, he loses to Tobirama, he loses to
Naruto.
Hiruzen, he loses to
I mean,
Naruto.
I mean, he's just got water over us.
See, that's the thing. Itachi is a badass character, but he loses to every other character.
Every
in
other
anime.
badass character.
Right.
Anyway, the biggest badass in anime has been decided. It is Roy Mustang from Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
The one
That
character
was
we did
the
not
most
have in the
racist
bracket.
thing you've ever said.
Thank you.
That's the proper way to pronounce that.
Again, the one character that we
believe you.
did not have in the bracket until 5 minutes before the bracket started. I honestly am happy that you forgot him, because the thing is, if you hadn't and you had put him on the list, in the chat before we got here, we all knew who was going to win.
It
That
was a
wasn't
surprise.
easy.
He came out of nowhere.
Now
Roy
that
Mustang,
we just had to add him,
in
it makes
classic
things hard.
badass fashion, Roy Mustang comes out of nowhere and sweeps the tournament.
Roy Mustang came out of nowhere and burned everyone to the ground until their Philosopher's Stone exploded.
I mean, it's better than the other
It still doesn't
alternative.
kill Vegeta permanently.
No, he'll get wished back later.
I mean, it's better than the other alternative of just Escanor.
It also doesn't kill Escanor. But,
Very few things kill Escanor.
anyway, this has been Your Waifu Is Trash. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Who do you think is the most badass anime character? And until then, we'll see you next time.